I just bought myself a new microphone. This is a Godox lavalier, wireless lavalier microphone. And I mean, yeah, let me know if this sounds better than my previous videos. I'm not sure, but if it does, then I'm gonna keep it. And yeah, let's just start with the video. So today I really wanted to talk a little bit about getting clients, because I was asked this question so many times and I was like, well, probably I'm better off making a video about it and just sending it whenever somebody asks me the same question again. So a lot of the times I get DMs from people asking me how to get their first clients, and I'm like, well, if you haven't had clients in the past, then it's going to be really tough for you to actually show that you can make commercials. And basically that means that you will have to have a portfolio that you can show and prove that you are able to produce work that actually looks good, that actually sells the idea or a product. And so for that reason, I would say the first logical step for you is to take the matter into your own hands and go out and shoot your own spec work, spec commercial, which in a nutshell, it means you pick up your best talent, you pick up your best crew that you have access to. For sure, you will ask them to either come out very cheap or just for free for the idea, for the portfolio. And you go out and you shoot a really small, a very contained project in like a day, maybe 2 days, but essentially it has to look somewhat close to a small commercial. And with your first spec commercial, don't aim to shoot something that you would be able to only produce with like hundreds of thousands of dollars types of budget. Aim at something very small, very contained. Ideally, that would be something in one location with as few actors as possible, like 1 or 2, or maybe without actors, maybe just a product shot. So think about something smaller, something maybe that you can pull off in a small studio or a homemade studio. And don't make it too long. Make it like 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. In that case, you will be able to make multiple of them, a few of them. And in that case, you will have already 3 or 4 or 5 spec works that are going to be on your portfolio, that are representative of what you can come up with creatively, of what your directorial style and signature look kind of feels like. And I would say for a director, that's the most important thing, is to have a sense of tone or a voice or a signature look. And I would say that's actually why later down the line, when you progress in your career, people, ad agencies and clients are going to be looking for you specifically, and that's what's going to differentiate you from the rest of the pack. So you do that, and then once you have that small little film, like a 15-second commercial, then you send that work to as many producers as you can find. If you know producers, if you know somebody in person, you approach them, just send that work to their email, their WhatsApp, their Telegram, whatever, Messenger, and get them to see your work. Maybe the feedback isn't even that important. The most important thing here is that it gets seen by producers, and that's your goal right here at that stage. You post that work to like whatever outlets you have, YouTube, Vimeo, Instagram, like TikTok, whatever. But the point here is that you want to make that seen by as many people as possible. Ideally producers, but that's not always the case. Sometimes, you get work through referrals. Maybe your brother, your sister, your friend, your best friend could have seen that work and send that to somebody else who might be relevant. And once you've done that, then you basically have to kind of be prepared that the first spec commercial isn't going to do much. Yeah, it's just you rinse and repeat. You do that a couple more times. You make that same process repeat and repeat and repeat enough times that eventually somebody will notice, somebody will resonate with your recent work and will want to make something similar for money. So they will have money, they will have a product, they will have a service, or they will have something to sell. They will need some visuals. Let's say a film, a branded film or a commercial, whatever, like a video. Well, because they have seen that work on your profile, they'll go to you and ask whether or not you're available. And that's one of the most important things, is that you have to be available to make it work. You have to be able to say yes and say that you are willing to do that, and that's your first client, basically. And once you've done that, you will understand that not every client is a perfect client. There are clients that are worth building relationships with, long-term relationships, and that then becomes a repeat type of business. Repeat business is something that, well, you all understand. That somebody returns to you to make videos again and again because they understand you as a person, they feel the same vibe, and they kind of resonate with your work. And that's the perfect case scenario. And there are clients that aren't your type of clients. They are not ideal for you. You are not ideal for them. You make one off and then you part ways, and that's okay as well. But once you understand, once you find your good clients, stick to them as good as you can. And that's something where, well, communication skills are extremely important. Then sometimes you might be able to figure out when their birthdays are, when their kids' birthdays are, and you just give a call. It doesn't matter if it's work related or not. You just ask them out for a dinner, treat them well. It's just like any other relationship. It's like a friendship or whatever. It's just like a long-term partnership that you have to sustain, and you have to work on that to pay you off later down the line. And I think that that's what helped me out a lot. And by the way, all that I'm telling you right now, everything that I've told you, I've done myself. You can go back to my Q&A video and hear my story of how I became a director. But in a nutshell, that's what I did, and that's what I would have done if I was to start from scratch. Hopefully this was helpful. If you want to check out my other products, go to my website, nurniazfilms.com. You can find some helpful ebooks and treatment templates that are very helpful for somebody who is starting out. That's it for this video. Peace out.